Hello, hello. I am back. It's your girl, Lady Melson. I am here with my very first show on my own. I have so much in store for you guys. I would like to invite y'all to a very special woman, a very special go getter, a hustler, an educator, a real estate professional. Miss Sasha Edwards is a licensed real estate professional and a proud HBCU graduate. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself to y'all. Again, I'm so glad to be back here with y'all. Y'all are truly missed. Welcome to the Lady Melson Show. Woo,
Hello,
we
hello,
got Sasha in the
hello.
building. I am just so excited to see you. How have your week has been?
It's
How
been
are you,
very good.
Sasha? How are you? I'm so happy
I'm
that
doing
you are here.
amazing.
I
I'm
mean,
doing
you
amazing.
here. The Lady Melson Show. I mean, we finally got it going. We have so much this year that I have for you all. Sasha, I'm just so happy that you are here. I'm so happy about everything that you have been just succeeding in, everything that you have been through. You have just came out like a champ. And I am just honored just to have you here these 30 minutes just to share some wisdom, share some light, good, bad, whatever you choose. I just want to love on you. We all just want to love on you, Sasha. So here
You're
we
so
are, Sasha Edwards,
sweet.
y'all. Thank you.
You're so sweet. Oh, thank you.
I mean, let us know what Sasha got going on, Sasha. Life after foster care, y'all. That's the title. Life after foster care. We have Sasha Edwards. We have Iasia Melson. We both are survivors through this thing called foster care. It could be good, it could be bad, but you know what? We went through it all. We went through it all. And I have Sasha here just to talk about her life after foster care. Because remember, life after foster care is not always so bad. So that's why I have her here, just to share all her greatness, all her gems, what's been going on with her after foster care. I am
So,
ready. How are you? Let us have it. I'm ready. So,
how
Sasha,
far? The
what
question is
keeps you
how.
humble?
So, what keeps me humble is
We're
just
going to
knowing that.
dive straight into it.
So, what keeps me humble is knowing that it's always bigger than me. Everything
Ooh.
that I have been through, everything that I have overcome, every obstacle that I've had to deal with is bigger than me. I believe that sometimes God puts you through things for you to get through things so you can tell somebody else that they can get through it, so that you can be a testimony to what He brought you through. Because without a test, you don't have a testimony. So I believe that it's bigger than me.
And you are just absolutely right. Um, Anyone that I might choose to listen to, it have to be an individual that actually just went through it. I can't talk to someone about alcohol and you ain't never just been an alcoholic and I'm trying to tell you that I'm trying to stop drinking. I like being around genuine real. I respect an alcoholic any day. I respect anyone who was on drugs. I love a good testimony. I love a good testimony. I mean, and that's why I want you to just share. I mean, how did you find your purpose?
So I feel like I didn't know what my purpose was, but I knew that I had purpose. So,
Ooh,
just a little background about me and how I ended up in foster care. My mother died when I was 7 years old from HIV and AIDS in 1990. Today actually is my sister's death date. She died in 2013, went into a diabetic coma. My dad died by the time I was 33, and I'm the last one standing of everyone who was in my household. My mama gone, my daddy gone, my sister gone by the time I was 33 years old. But how I ended up in foster care was when my mother was having us, she got caught up in the crack epidemic and the AIDS epidemic. And it was like two things that was sweeping out Black communities all over America. You've seen movies about it, you've seen, videos about it, but they never tell you anything about the children who was affected, who got left behind. The system was ripping
Woo!
people from house to house, ripping kids away from their families. And I feel like, to be honest with you, I truly feel like if the things that are in place now was in place back then, my mom would still be here. But I feel like she died of a broken heart. Like, can you imagine? You got childhood trauma you never dealt with. You have you got childhood trauma that you never dealt with. You
Mhm.
have um what they call trauma responses that you don't even know that you're going through. Therapists who they assign to you that have no idea what you've been through and what you're going through. They come to you with this paper book knowledge that they got at school, but they don't live in your neighborhood. They've never experienced anything that you've gone through, and you don't have the coping mechanisms and the tools that you need to get through this. So all I had was God, and God showed up for me when my mother died. God showed up for me when I was in foster care. I will never forget this one house that they sent me to. This girl used to bully me so bad. Day
Mhm.
one that I got there, the family was a black family. A black family. They
I
had
believe it.
a house in the projects in the Bronx, and they had
Mhm.
a house upstate. I don't know how they was working it out, but however they was working it out. When I got to the house, it was just a bed, and it wasn't even a dresser. It was just a bed, a room and just a bed, a twin size bed. And her daughter's bedroom was like, it had carpet, it had, you know how these moms now do the dorms, and they have everything going on. The walls
Mhm.
are done, and they got plants and lamps, and it was one
Oh,
of
the
those.
whole
She had
nine.
the
The
whole
whole
nine.
nine.
Right. She had everything. The Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, the whole nine, right? So I looked at her room and looked at the room they was putting me in. And I've always been a person who's gonna ask questions. And I asked,
What?
why does she have that kind of room and I just only have a bed? And the lady said to me, well, you're a foster child and we don't know how long you're gonna be here. So you have to earn your things.
And that is why I just don't understand, and to piggyback on what you stated a few minutes ago, the quote unquote social workers. So I was a foster child as well. Lady Melson, yes, y'all. To my folks that's tuning in, I was a survivor of the foster care system. And believe it or not, I came out quite okay. Okay, so not every time that you are in the system, we are a product of our environment. Yeah, I know you hear that a lot, Sasha. You, we, we're strong. That means we can survive anywhere. Like you said, the foster care system back then, it was a hustle back then. Now you might have families that really love the kid, which is awesome. I mean, that's great. But back then, when Lady Melson was in the foster care system, when Miss Edwards was in the foster care system, it was really like a win for win. It was a hustle. It was for the money. It was like another job, another, you know, I'm gonna be honest. It was like the dope game. It was like the dope game, Sasha. It was like these foster parents was collecting kids from everywhere just for the check. Then you having them taking medicine, and now guess what? More money, special need children. Cha-ching. When you get a certain age, the check stops. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is, to get back to you, Miss Edwards, you still made it. Come on,
It was a long
HBCU
road.
college graduate. You are just making moves. You didn't. It's a choice. It's a
It's
choice
not just a choice. It's
to
God,
me.
because it was a long road. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a time when I didn't know how I was gonna get out of that situation. Like I said, the girl was bullying me. She was chasing me around after school every single day. Literally, I'm running out of breath trying to keep up from hitting me and beating me up after school every day. And who was I going to tell? I'm going to tell the caseworker. She just going to move me to a group home where I got to fight again. So it was difficult. Family ended up taking me in, and I was house to house the family members, and it created a very unstable lifestyle for me. Fortunately, God heard my prayers. He heard my cries, and he connected me back to my dad. My dad lost me. He didn't know where I was after my mother died, but my God is so good that my aunt who passed away, my favorite aunt who I was born on her birthday, before she passed, her home attendant was from the same country that my father was from, and they
Wow.
happened to be in conversation, and the conversation led to the lady going to my father and telling him, "I found your picnic." And she's in the Bronx. And it was kind of like an Annie situation where people want to treat you some type of way, but don't want nobody else to love you. And so as soon as
Yeah.
I started building that relationship with my dad, we were shipped down here to Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm like, I just made a relationship. I finally had somebody who cared and who understood me. But people were so worried about the money and the foster care money
Yeah.
stopping that they hurried up and jumped state to do whatever it is that they felt they needed to do for themselves. And he never wanted the money. He was a Vietnam veteran. I got duped out of my benefits. He left the small country of Antigua to come to the United States, fought for this country to get his citizenship so that his offspring could be able to get education, so that they could be able to take advantages of the American dream. And I
Right.
got duped out of it.
Right.
I got duped out of it. I did when I reached out to the VA and told them that I was in school and that I was requesting my father's benefits. They told me that I was too old, that I lost it when he died at 33, when I was 33. And then the adoption money that's supposed to be out there for kids who are adopted, I was not able to get my records. All my records are sealed. I can't get my original birth certificate. I don't know what time I was born, and my adopted mother put her name on my birth certificate. So I just don't have none of the original information from my father and my mother. And when I went back to New York to try to track it down, the child support office at some point had burnt down in New York, and they had lost a lot of people's records in that fire. So they gave me like a notarized letter stating that I'm the child of a paternity case that they did have on file, but the files are gone.
How did you overcome? That's just the question. How did you overcome? Wow.
It's God. So, like I said, God answered my prayers. I was shipped down here. I lived down here in Georgia for a while. I got put out at 14, was married to a grown man by 15 years old, became a mom, and a wife at 15. But I was emancipated, so it got me out of the situation I was in. I no longer had to deal with my adoptive parent. I no longer had to suffer. I was able to use that situation to emancipate myself. As soon as I emancipated myself, I went and I got my high school equivalency diploma. After I got my high school equivalency diploma, I enrolled in school, and of course, I ended up having setbacks, childcare. A family member stole my identity, ran up felonies in my name. Like a lot of things happened that kept me from being able to do what I really wanted to do. I lost 10 years of my life because of that identity theft, had to rebrand myself, rename myself, do everything all over. And finally, after 20 years of stress, aggravation, strife, and fighting to get out of that situation, I was finally able to get into college. But rewind back, my dad, when I turned 19 and I was now a young divorcee, was like, I know I didn't get to raise you, and I know that it's my fault and I want to fix it. And he moved back to Georgia, got an apartment for me and my daughter, and re-raised me, and called my foster parent and was like, I don't know what kind of raising you did and how much money they paid you, but I'm re-raising this girl all over again, which means you didn't really do your job. I don't know what you got paid to do, because I'm teaching her how to cook. I'm teaching her how to handle her business. I'm teaching her how to deal with her womanly duties and her feminism. I'm teaching her business. Like, I'm teaching her a lot of things. Like, she came here living out of bags. Why is she living out of bags? Because when you're a foster kid, you moving from place to place and house to house all the
We
time, and
are. We
you
are.
don't get
Yes. Yes, we were.
comfortable with having your own anything. You don't have your own bed, your own room, your own closet. As soon as you get set up somewhere, you moving again. And then when I got
So,
married and my marriage didn't work out, then I still was living that same life, hopping from friend's house to friend's house, trying to make it
right.
through college. You know what I'm saying? Living here and living there to make it because, things didn't work out with him. So through all of what I had been through, it was God who restored my relationship with my dad. It was my dad who spent the last years of his life taking his time to re-raise me, apologizing for losing me after my mother died, for not being there, for me having to go through foster care, for me having to go through being adopted, for me having to go through living in group homes. And he literally gave me stability so
Yes,
I could know
yes.
what stability looked like. And then after I had that, I ended up remarrying, had more kids, went through some more things, and yet my father
Mhm.
was still there through everything that I had went through. He was still there. And when he died, he didn't want to let go. I was there when
Right.
he died. I saw him die, and I had to tell him for him to let go, that everything that you've taught me, I've received.
Yeah.
Everything that you've given me for me to move forward in this life, I have. You can leave this earth and know that you have done well and done your job, that I will take care of myself, and you do not have to worry about me. And so I owe him for leaving a
Man.
small town, a small island of Antigua, to come all the way to big America to fight a war, be sent out there 2 times, shot up, and still came back and made it, to be denied benefits, treated less than human after Vietnam. I owed him that, even if the military didn't want to
Yes.
pay for it. All of what he sacrificed to make sure I could have an education and equal opportunity in this country, I owed him.
And that's where I want to get to. You have accomplished so much after all what you have been through, Sasha. Right? Your dad is super proud of you. Let's talk about your achievements. Let's talk
Yeah, I
about your
mean,
achievements. Because when I say you did that, let's talk about these achievements that you went through so much. Your dad is so proud of you. Look,
thank you.
I want you to tell. I want you to let's talk about these
So the
achievements because you
so
didn't
my
collect them. You ain't done yet.
so my biggest
You're
achievement is
not
my children. That is my biggest achievement in life, is my children. That they have, out of 5 children, 4 have already graduated from high school successfully. One is in college. One is currently doing certifications. One is on his way to the Air Force. The other one plays football, and one has become a family man. But guess what? When I go to sleep at night, I'm not worried about where they at. When I go to
man.
sleep at
You
night, I'm
rested
not worried
beautifully.
for them. When I go to sleep at night, I'm not worried about, are they in the hospital? Are they in jail? Are they in the street? Are they okay? Are they running around? When I close my eyes and go to sleep at
Look
night,
at
I
that.
know that all 5 of my children are safe and protected. And that's my biggest achievement, to be a parent who didn't have a mother, who didn't know how to parent, who had to figure out what parenting looked like late in life, who made plenty of mistakes and had to fix them, to have a relationship with my children, to be able to say, wow, for people to say to me, you've done something right. That's my
Right.
biggest achievement. That I'm not and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that anybody else whose child have ended up incarcerated, or God forbid in the grave or whatever, didn't do something right. But I'm grateful to the God that I serve, that I'm not outside looking for my children with a flashlight in the daytime. Okay, so that's my
Right.
biggest achievement. Because that's my biggest achievement, I can't my father always told me this: you can't tell them what to do. You have to lead by example. This
Right.
is not the generation of do as I say and not as I do, right? So when he told me that, I had realized after he closed his eyes, not only did I owe him, but he was right. How am I going to tell my kids they need to go to college? They should go to an HBCU, or they should go to a PWI, or what they should take up if I didn't finish it? How was I going to tell them how to navigate that if I didn't go through it myself to know? So for me, it was not only that I owed my father for me to go back as a non-traditional student to an
Right.
HBCU, the illustrious Clark Atlanta University, but I also
Hmm.
needed to make sure that I paved a new legacy in a way for my kids to change their lives and for them to see that although you look on social media and you see
Right.
people who are 19 and 20 years old saying that they're millionaires and billionaires and they've retired their parents and they don't have to work a corporate job, that's not
Right.
everybody's story. That's not the
It's
majority of
not.
people's story. And it does not hurt to go and get skills while you figure out what you're trying to do with your life. And so that is, essentially how the whole
So,
school thing is.
and you, right. I just, I'm gonna be honest with you, Sasha. We've met, and your story is my story. I feel like I'm listening to myself. I feel like I'm looking at myself. I mean, we've been through the same sugar honey iced tea. We've been through the same. I'm just gonna say it's my show. It's Lady Melson show. Lady
Okay.
Melson got the same exact story, and it's scary to me because it's like I'm listening to you, Sasha. I'm looking at you. It's like we have the same story. So the reason why I'm telling you this, and that's why I love the Lady Melson show. We ain't nothing scripted. I just want us to just be ourselves, be real. We're gonna talk about real life. Sit back and talk about real life and real. I mean, life be life in. I mean, I get it. I get the little slogan. You see what I'm saying? But Sasha, we survivors. We strong women. We've been through it. Not saying the next vision. It's not saying that the next individual didn't go through something too, but we one of a kind. If you know what I mean. We one of a kind, and we ain't done because when you come from poverty and you used to nothing, and you see you get a taste of it. Oh, it ain't no going back to that. Not saying we can't survive it if we had to, because for sure, we can. But I'm just super proud of you. You motivate me
Oh,
in ways
thank
that you don't even know. I talk to my family. I talk to my family about you and everything. This ain't
you.
nothing for no internet. You motivate me. We're the
Oh.
same age.
We
Same
days
age.
apart.
We the
Days
same age. We went
apart.
through the same family, the same everything. Like I feel like you're my twin. You don't even know. But but that's how God works. A lot of times. So basically, like what I'm basically trying to say, we got probably a few minutes left, right? A lot of times, y'all, and I know y'all can agree with me, right? I'm talking to my guests, my viewers who's watching too. A lot of times, cause like I said, we keeping it real on here. Ain't nothing scripted. That we gonna be ourselves on here. A lot of times when we are going through things and we're experiencing things, we always think we by ourselves. We be thinking we the only person in the world dealing with it. I'm just gonna be real. I'm 42 years old, and I've always thought that half of the stuff I've been through, God, is it just me? Am I the only? Sometimes you feel that way that your story, you're the only person. Sometimes, even though we know now as grown women, of course, it's going to be others who had similar stories or probably the same stories or probably something different. But when you meet someone and they have the same exact story, that doesn't really happen. Really, it happens really, but it could be a little scary sometimes in a good way. But all I'm saying is we good women. I mean, and it's only up from here. And
It's
for my
only up
viewers
from
too,
here.
for anyone that is in foster care, for anyone that is being raised, it don't even have to be by a foster parent. It could be from a grandmother, a auntie, a cousin, a neighbor that just met you and took you in. I mean, fostering is much more than a foster parent. Foster, you can foster others, you know. So it's all I'm saying is I'm just so excited that you came on my very first show.
Oh,
Let's just be
thank
honest. I've
you.
been on social media, with my husband. We have other platforms, but this is intimate to me because I'm a little nervous. It's my first show. I'm a little nervous. I hope I did well. Viewers, how did I do? I need y'all to rate it. Put it in my comments. How did I do? How did Lady Melson do this? My first little segment.
You're doing
And
great.
I had my girl Sasha on here with me. I'm gonna have so much. I'm willing to for y'all to give me titles. Let me know what y'all want to talk about. Put it in the comments. We can talk. I got some young adults gonna be on here too. I got kids, my daughter, my son age. We go. The Lady Melson show is gonna be forever. We're gonna talk about everything. Okay, but my first segment, I really wanted you to be on here, Sash. I did, and I'm glad that you did come and and spread a little, a little bit about your achievements and about the things that you've been through that made you the woman that you are. So we do appreciate that. You can, if you want to let the viewers know what you got going on, if you want to promote anything, you are free to do it on the Lady Melson show. Again, I thank you for coming on my show. You are never going to be a stranger. You are always welcome to come back. You already know you don't need an invitation. I don't care if you want to pop up. Okay. Make sure you do come back on the Lady Melson show again. I really appreciate you coming on the show. Viewers, again, comment. Let me know how did I do. Let me know good, bad, suggestions. I'm here for it. This is what we are here for. We are a team. Okay, Sasha. Anything you'd like to say before we log off?
Sure.
Anything
You
promote
can follow
anything in
me
the
on
coming year?
Instagram. You can follow me on
I'm sorry,
Instagram.
Sasha said.
You can
Mhm.
follow me on Instagram at official Sasha of Atlanta, TikTok official Sasha of Atlanta. My company is called Edwards Estates Consulting LLC. We take care of real estate transactions, residential and commercial. We also take care of graphic design, custom requests, as well as business administrative services. So if you are looking for someone who you can trust that's a business professional, my degree is in business marketing, and I was in real estate since 2015. I started in mobile homes
Ooh,
and worked my way up to selling traditional homes. And now I'm in Georgia State University for my master's in commercial. And so real estate is definitely my thing. But I've also been a business administrative assistant for over 25 years. So there's no filing, no paperwork that I can't do, whether it's business or personal, from helping you form your EIN, your LLC, and getting your Duns and Bradstreet together, to helping you with your business credit, to filing any documents that you need filed for your business. I have that knowledge and that expertise as well to be able to help you guys with that. So if you're looking to connect with me, you can connect with me on LinkedIn at LinkedIn forward slash, I think it's under Sasha Edwards Agent, or you can type in Sasha Edwards, and if you'll see all my credentials, everything I just set up there. I'm also a member of Delta Sigma Pi, the best business fraternity out there. I'm also a member of the
okay.
40 plus Double Dutch Club. So we get our double dutching. Y'all come out and
Yes,
hang out
but
with
not
us
double that.
over 40.
Yes, I gotta say, I can see. I hope I still got it. I hope I still have it. I used to love double dutching.
Yes.
Yes,
So,
that should be
I
fun.
stay grounded with Double Dutch, helps me remember the best parts of my childhood, even though I went through foster care and group homes and all of that. When I was on that playground, yes, turning and jumping, I
You gotta put
wasn't
the little
thinking
shoulders
about,
in it.
yes, with the little head bop. I
I remember
wasn't
you gotta
thinking
put the.
about, right.
I gotta
I
see if
was,
Lady Nelson still can do the pop up and the mumble. Okay, okay, we gotta get that. Typewriter. Yes. Okay, guys, we are acting our ages. We're acting like aunties that we are. As my husband said, my husband said, y'all, Mr. Melson, you are auntie. I said, whatever, whatever. So I guess we are aunties. What you think, Sasha? We aunties. So we got to
oh,
wrap it up, y'all. Don't have long. You guys know I am here. I'm here for suggestions. Sasha, thank you for. Don't be a stranger. Come back,
thank you for
okay?
having me.
Yes, I'm. I'm just so overwhelmed. Okay, Sasha, I'm going to call you sometime this week. Thank you for tuning in to the Lady Melson Show, guys. Woo! That was awesome. I was super nervous. Hey, this is where we keep it real. This is the Lady Melson Show. This is my first time, guys. Y'all having my own show. I know you guys see me on social media. I had a couple of podcasters with y'all, as y'all know, Uncle Otis. We have done so much. I did True Topics. I've done the Melsons, No Filter, Lady Tiger. That's what y'all all know me as. But I'm feeling a little more grown up there, so we gonna Lady Melson it up for my first show. So I was a little nervous, guys, but I think I did well. I really want you guys to put in the comments, how did you think Lady Melson did for her first time with her first podcast? So I need to know the good and the bad. Be very honest. I can take the truth. Okay. We are a team. We are a family. Okay. If you would like to come on the Lady Melson show, I am an open book. I'm here for young adults, men and women. We're going to talk about so many just real things that's happening in life. Real things. I'm open to titles. I'm open for suggestions. Just hit me up. I have no problem. King Melson Entertainment at gmail.com. King Melson Entertainment at gmail.com. Just your picture, your bio, send me some titles. Let's go. I air every Tuesday at 8 p.m. You will see the Lady Melson show come on, and I'll see you then. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.